Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. So, you normally don't see me around this time because around this time I'm in bed because I'm an old lady. However, I have very exciting information to share with you this evening, and this is why we are on so late on a day that I also normally don't go live, which is a Thursday, because I'm a cheerleading coach and I have cheerleading practice on these days. Nonetheless, again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Get Fit with Tiff. Hello, Erica. Thank you for joining. Luxury Play Zone. Thank you for joining. Hi, Alex. Appreciate you. Ari, how are you? Shorty716. Thank you for joining. Finally, Emily. I like that name. Faith, Rebecca, Humble King. Thank you for joining. Hello, beautiful people. So, if you are new to my page, my name is Alison. I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. Today, we have a live testimonial to share. Yes, we do. We have a live testimonial to share. And so this is rare. I'm going to tell you why. So even my clients who do very well, who are in committed relationships, who are happily engaged, happily married, happily committed, have a baby, still don't necessarily want to show their face, right? I'm very happy for the ones who do. Sometimes I have to steal their pictures off of Instagram and ask for permission later. But this is one of the rare times where I have someone who booked a session with me, took action, and is now engaged. And guess what, y'all? He's a man. So when I used to get those slick comments that says, oh, you only cater to women and the men aren't even trying. Maybe your man is not trying, but this one certainly is. So, Humble King, if you are in the building, I'd like for you to request to go live with me. The way that you do it is you click on the camcorder. You see that camcorder all the way at the bottom of the screen with the plus sign on it? You're going to go ahead and click on that. That's how you can request to go live with me. I think I can also request you too. That might be easier. I hope. Yep. The invitation, all you got to do is accept it. I hope Instagram is on our side today and allows you to join, because sometimes Instagram, well, you know, it's not our platform. We got to be thankful for what we got for free, right? You go ahead and accept it. And I'd love for you to share your love story with our audience this evening. Hello, Ray. Thank you for joining. Let's have fun, NYC. Thank you, thank you, thank you. D. Crockett, appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Yes, my phone is on D&D. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I definitely put it on D&D before I started. See, we be looking out. My own friends don't be looking out. Thank you, Faith. Humble King. He's still in the building. I'm on a computer. I can't see the request yet. I don't think you can do it from a computer. I think you have to join from a device. So grab your phone or grab your iPad. I don't know if you can do lives from a computer. I just never tried. I have no clue. Hey, EJ. I know everybody is not as internet and Instagram, not internet, but Instagram savvy as me. So Humble King, you got to join the live either through a phone or through an iPad. I don't think that you can join from a computer. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Again, my name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. And today we have a testimonial. We have a testimonial to share from a gentleman who reached out for help. Yay. And he's coming on and he's going to tell us his love story. So don't say that they ain't no good men and don't say they ain't no intentional men. Let's talk about how I can help you find your own, but let's get to it. Hey.
So what's up?
How are you? I see your arm.
It's in here. She's in here.
Hey, hi, beautiful couple. How are you?
We good. We good.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to get close. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, y'all in love. This should be easy peasy. All right, so we have Nigel, we have Mel in the building. Hello, beautiful couple, so young and so fresh and so exciting. You just look so good. So let's jump right into it because we're already super late, which is all my fault. Nigel, please tell us. I want to hear the love story from you. We always hear from the ladies. I want to hear the love story from you, Nigel, from the beginning. Where did you meet Mel? All that good stuff. Go ahead.
I appreciate that because, you know, my story usually has to come after her story. You know, I don't be lying. I'll be telling my story. But, yeah, so I was a senior in college, and she went to Mercy. I went to Post, and we were playing.
Which is in New York, for those who are not from New York. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she went to Mercy College in upstate in Dobbs Ferry. I went to LIU Post, and we pretty much were playing each other at a basketball game. And she liked to say, I seen her from across the gym. I did. I did. I'm not going to lie. I seen her from across the gym, and I was like, I ain't never seen her before in the stands. So I'm like, all right, we going to see what's happening after this game. One of her friends actually was talking to somebody that was on my ball team who was one of my friends. So afterwards, they came out. She don't like me to tell this part of the story. But she actually came to the basketball game to watch somebody on her team play because she was dating somebody on the team then.
Okay, that's all right.
So she came and stopped after the game and waited with us for her team to come out. She talked to the dude she was talking to, told him, like, you know, she's going to be hanging out with her friends. Her friend was going to come and hang out with my friends. So we ended up going out to dinner. And this is where the funny part coming, because I got a call. I went to go change in my dorm room, and I got a call on my phone from a random number. And I'm like, hello? It's like, oh, hey, this is Mel. And I'm like, okay, like, why are you calling? She was like, oh, your friend said that, you know, you need to hurry up and change because we're waiting for you outside. So I was like, yeah, she wanted the kid from there, because no girl gonna take your number for no reason and just call you. But she don't like to tell that story. But
Mel, fix your face. Fix your face, because that's not outrageous.
She says that she was doing it because, you know, she was trying to be nice, and somebody told her to call me. But, you know, girls not gonna just call nobody for no reason, no random dude that they just met 5 minutes ago.
All right, Mel. So Mel, I'm gonna let you jump in because I see you looking to defend yourself. Go ahead, girl.
So what had happened was they were calling him and he was ignoring the calls. So I was like, you know, maybe he might answer from a number he probably don't know. May or may not, but I'm gonna just call. So I was like, oh, we're waiting for you outside. Are you ready to go? He was like, who's this? I was like, oh, it's Mel. We're just waiting for you. Like, you know, you're taking forever. So we ended up going out to eat. That's what happened.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's calling no random person. You know what I mean? She was feeling the kid.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Anywho, so we get to dinner.
So after that, we went out to dinner. We had a great conversation with our friends. We ended up speaking all night. I tried to pay for her dinner, being a gentleman, and she was like, no, I could pay for my own. Like, I don't really need anybody else. Like, so it was funny because it ended up still getting back to the person she talked to at school, because one of my friends knows somebody at her school, and she was like, yo, it kind of makes me look weird because, you know, I'm talking to somebody at my school, blah, blah, blah. Come by. I started inviting her to my school, all of our events. We became really cool, and this is the part of the story where it goes bad for me. But she came to my campus one day. We were having a party. It's called Pride After Dark, and I was introducing her to all of my friends and stuff. And I was a little intoxicated for a college event, and you know, we ended up going to a party afterwards, and I ended up doing some funny stuff. I tried to dance with her in the party in front of everybody. Like, it was bad. It was all bad. She was just like, yo, honestly, I want you to respect me as a friend and as a woman. You know, like, I have somebody I talk to at my school, and people are already talking about that, and I didn't like how you approached me like that. And my drunk self texted her back K because I was drunk. And didn't go so well.
Well, shout out to Mel for boundaries, because we talk a lot about boundaries on this page and making it clear what your standards and expectations are. Right now, y'all are just friends, and you felt like he crossed the line. You respectfully shared it. He was a little drunk, so he just said K. But keep going.
Yeah, it was bad. So she was upset about it. She stopped talking to me for a while. And then afterwards, when I graduated, she hit me up. She was like, you know, I'm still really proud of you for, you know, all the endeavors you've been through. And then we stopped talking a little bit after that. Then in August, we started talking again. And I was supposed to go to Miami with my friends. I'm supposed to be on the beach, you know, it was supposed to be a hot boy summer. I ended up speaking to her every day for like 6-7 hours. I'm out with my friends. They're like, bro, why are you on the phone? Like, we're in Miami. And I'm like, I don't know, bro.
She
Like I
wanted a
can't.
kid.
Okay, I'm like, so I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like it's just different. Like I just didn't have the energy to be out there and like chilling anymore. So, I come back home, and I'm in the terminal and baggage claim, and my best friend and her has set something up. So I'm getting my bag, and I turn around like somebody grabs my hand, and I turn around like trying to fight them for a second because I'm like, yo, I'm in the terminal, and it was her. So she actually met me back in the terminal, back at home. Um, and she surprised me, and it was weird because my parents came to pick me up that day. So in the midst of her just surprising me, she ended up coming back home with me, meeting my whole family. We all went to dinner. It kind of just happened crazily like that, and from that moment they loved her, and the fact that she, you know, had a genuine relationship with all of them, and it just grew from there. And you know, I was what, 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago now.
Yeah.
And it's been good since.
Okay, so at some point in your courtship, in your dating, and all that kind of good stuff, clearly you are, and I'm going to spoil it for everybody, they're engaged, in case you didn't see the viral videos, right, from January's party, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So in that, I know you guys were young, but in that 5, 6, 7 year range, at what point did you decide that she's the one?
I think it was, for me, it was different. One, uh, she was always, you know, in my corner differently. But more so, I'm very big on family. Family's the most important thing to me, and my family is very close. And when she really took the time to really go out and make a relationship individually with my sister, my brother, my father, you know, her and my father were doing things by themselves, and then my mom and her were doing things by themselves, and it came to the point where my family was actually starting to take her side and stuff more than me. And I'm like, listen, I'm the kid. I'm like, what's going on here? But more so, you know, when I understood the worth that she had, and then also the expectation she had for me as a man, and the future she saw in me that I didn't see in myself, and continuously just being there in every aspect. You know, she's been in my corner in some of my darkest times, and she's helped me get out of it. And I was like, dang, like that's different. And my mom sat me down, and she was like, listen, like, not a lot of people get a male in their life. And she's like, you got one. And if you decide not to do this, then it'll be something that you regret for the rest of your life. And I was like, dang. And then I came down here and moved to Texas. And literally when I got off the plane, I was like, I'm gonna marry her. Like, I knew I wanted to marry her, but I made the confirmation with myself, like, I'm gonna marry her. And she didn't move down here with me. She moved across the country from me. And I was like, yeah, like, this is it. And she left everything. She was in the middle of her grad program, and she was like, listen, like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Like, we spent the whole quarantine living together, and she was just like, yo, if we're really gonna get through this, I don't want to waste any time with us being across the country. Like, we've done that already. We've done long distance. And, you know, she was like, I'm here to ride for you. And that did it for me. I was like, you know, she really did.
All right, wait. You're giving me too much. So we got to go back. We got to recap for the people. So okay. the values that you saw in Mel, and Mel, I'm gonna give you a chance to answer the same question, like what was it about Nigel? So the values that you saw in Mel, the reason why you said she's the one for me. Number one, that you value family, and the fact that she was able to build individual relationships with all of your family members, independent from you. Yeah. Right. And the fact that they loved her and they embraced her, that was a big deal for you. Right. Then you said, secondly, that she was a support system for you, especially during your darkest times and most difficult times. Even across the country, she was still that level of support for you. Yeah. And then the last piece of what I heard you say was that she had standards and expectations. We've done the long distance. If we're going to continue to be together, then we need to physically be in the same space. And she spoke about a future and what that future looks like. Did she ever say to you, I'd like for us to be married one day. I want for us to have a family. I want for us to have children. She made those standards very clear. Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Now, Nigel, were you scared away because she said the word marriage or family or children? For sure. At first, it got me nervous because when she really came down and she was like, listen, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm not here to just play house. You know, and it scared me for a while, and it didn't deter me, but it kind of pushed me back because it made me think like, all right, this isn't just putting a ring on somebody. It's an investment, a lifelong investment, and I have to be ready for this. And I don't want to just do it because I know she wants it, you know, and I don't want to just do it because I know it'll make her happy and it'll get her off my back. I got to do it because I really want it, and I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. So, okay. So it made you nervous, but not enough to run away and say, I'm out, Mel, because this is obviously.
It would really, like, I couldn't fathom losing her, and I knew I didn't want to lose her, but I knew that if I didn't do the right thing, then I would lose her. So it was
Absolutely.
like, I'm gonna run away from that.
Good. So I just want to reiterate to the audience, right? Again, my name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. We have some amazing guests who are on here. We have Nigel and Mel, the youngest, hottest engaged couple in Texas, right? And they're telling their story. But I want to reiterate a point that I make on my page all the time, that you need to make your expectations clear. And if someone runs away, they're so afraid of those words that they run away, then that means that they either aren't interested in that level of commitment, or they aren't interested in that level of commitment with you. So even though it made you nervous and made you have to think twice about, is this what I want? And I really want it for us. I'm not just doing it for her, right? Even though it made you nervous and made you think, you didn't run because you are already marriage-minded. Mm-hmm. You were already in love with her. It was just making sure that the pieces came together.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I want to reiterate to the ladies, you cannot make a man marriage-minded.
Nah.
You cannot make a person want to be with you. They must already have the desires. And then when the pieces are right and together, and they make the pieces right, because Mel said, we're not doing this. They made the pieces right. This is how we're together. All right. So Mel, attention on you. What was it about Nigel that said, he's the one for me? I want to be married to him. And if he asks me for my hand in marriage, I'm going to say yes.
So definitely for me, it was more so of who Nigel can be, not who he was, just like the surface, but more of what he can be in the future. So I always look at Nigel of the person that he's going to become, because sometimes you get so wrapped up in the idea of the person who they are now, and am I willing to grow and change with this individual? And I told Nigel that why I could see a future with Nigel is because he has this gift in him that makes him go after everything. And I think that is so important, to go after your dreams as an individual, because I'm going to go after mine. And I make it very clear to Nigel too that I have dreams and expectation for myself and for us, but you got to have those two for you as an individual. And I think that's when I knew that, all right, I can marry this person. And also my grandpa, he's like my best friend. He has sat me down, I think 2 years ago, and told me if Nigel was to ask me to marry him, don't walk away. Don't push the idea behind your mind, only because I'm so like career driven and I want my success and dreams first. But he said all of that will come, but you will also find yourself being lonely. And hearing that from my grandpa, it meant the world to me, because I knew where he was coming from. Mm-hmm. And understanding how much he loved Nigel as like a person, but also as a son as well. So I was like, all right, Grandpa, I hear you, because you're my best friend. So his words hold a lot of value to me. And usually when someone say things, I'm like, okay. But he saw something in Nigel that I didn't see yet. But granted, I was 19 when I met Nigel. Mm-hmm. And I'm like 20-something years old. I'm like, I'm not thinking about that right now. But he saw a picture or a future for us before I could see it for myself. So that conversation showed me something different in Nigel that I couldn't see right away. And I also thought that took growth, because I couldn't see Nigel beyond Nigel. And if I could see Nigel beyond who he is right now, then there is no future.
Mm-hmm. Understood. And I do want to reiterate that point, because I'm sure a couple of people heard you say earlier that it was 7 years later, like, oh my God, she waited 7 years. You met when you were in college.
Yeah.
And timing matters, and maturity matters, and growth matters. And the both of you were able to kind of see past maybe some of the more immature behaviors to who the person could be. Now, if you in my age rep, we're not looking at who you could become. You better be that person right now. But for y'all two, that made sense. That's a reasonable thing of, I see the potential in a college age person. I just want to make that clear, because they're going to say, well, Alison, you always say don't date for potential. When you're 20 years old, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay, so just want to make that point clear. All right, so Nigel, you are marriage-minded. You value the sanctity and the institution of marriage. You knew that she was the one. Someone said in the comments, my eyes are sweating. They're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Right. So you were already a marriage-minded person. You value marriage. I have to keep saying that because I want to reiterate to those in the audience that you're not convincing people to believe in marriage or to marry you. You already have to be dating that type of person.
Yeah.
So I didn't do a miracle when we get to my part in this, right? I did not perform a miracle.
You definitely helped a lot. You know, we'll get into that a little later, but
right. But I didn't perform a miracle. So tell me, Nigel, about our conversation. How did our conversation go down, and how did that impact the engagement with you and Mel?
Okay. One comment. She's not single. I see the comment there. No, she is not single. She's a married woman. Alison is a married woman.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't be showing it up. Mel, you be doing this a lot. Like, you just be showing it all.
You only use her hand now for everything. So that's it. That's what you do. But I think it was actually a few months before I proposed to her. I brought we had a conversation, and then I had brought Mel with me one time. And there was a lot of things that we spoke about. Well, one thing that you really spoke about with me was you were like, yo, you have a control issue problem. And I was like, me? Control? Like, what you mean, me? I'm cool. Like, I'm laid back. I'm cool. She's like, nah, like, it's not like that. Like, you feel like you have to be in control in all of these situations. But sometimes you need to allow her to control some aspects of the dynamics of your relationship. And I was like, dang, like, I didn't notice it at first because, you know, I come from, my parents been married for 36 years. And that's the idea that the idol that I had. And my father has always told me, just, you got to be provided. You got to do everything. And I had to really take a step back and really like really just sit with myself and be like, wow, like, control doesn't always mean a bad thing, but it's also something that you can share, you know, and you don't have to have that control in a relationship to not only make all the decisions, but to just control different dynamics of your relationship, that it's a we thing, not us. And, you know, and I had to give up that individuality that I had with myself of, you can still have an individual thing. Like for instance, we both have different bank accounts, but we have a joint bank account too, you know, and give that up too. And then putting her on my phone bill and doing all of these things where it became a we, and investing in the we instead of the, I know that's my girl. You know, there's a different mindset to that you definitely taught me. Like, there's a different mindset between that, okay, like, that's my girl, but nah, it's us. That's not just my girl. Like, it's us. It's a we thing. And that's when I was like, okay, like, it kind of triggered me to be like, okay, because I had the money for the ring. I had it planned out. I had everything, but I was like, what am I going to do? But that's what really triggered me to be like, okay, this investment is different because I'm investing into us now. And I'm looking towards that future of us and what we can build, rather than me and her and us building together. It's like doing this together. And that really helped me. It changed my prerogative on a lot of things, even in life. Now I think twice about how I approach things, even in our relationship, our engagement, and even wedding planning, you know, and I had to give that aspect up. I like the control of certain things. And now I don't know anything. Like, she got the colors, she got everything. I was like, listen, just let me know when the bill is coming, because you got everything, and it's your day. And it's something that transcends into your relationship for a lifetime.
Okay. I appreciate that. So just to reiterate, because this is my live stream. So I was able to help you, right? I was able to help you to see the value of the value of partnership. And again, you were already marriage-minded. You were already in love. You already knew that she was the one. You had the funds. It was just about being decisive to say, I'm pulling the trigger now, because Alison was able to help me see that the power of partnership cannot be beat. Mm-hmm. Is that accurate? Am I putting words in your mouth?
No, for sure. Because even with her moving here, I still had the individuality of myself and self. There was a lot of self in that. Like, okay, she does live with me. And I was surprised. I walked out of there like, wow, like, I don't think I am who I think I am. I'm like, wait, hold on. This might be something that's been ingrained in me a long time that I don't even notice. And that's what happens too. Sometimes you just have character traits of yourself that you just don't notice. Right. You know, even to push it further, you know, like, even we're both mental health therapists, and coming to you, like, even therapists need counseling, you know. Yes. That's a very important thing that people need to understand. So even coming to you displayed a different avenue of, like, you know what, even the people who help people need help, you know, and you've felt that way, and I appreciate it. Well,
you are quite well. See, you changed the language already. We appreciate it. So can we get a little bit of deep smell about the wedding planning stuff? Like, whatever you're comfortable sharing. Like, what do you have organized? Date, season, anything like that?
So I'm really, so I always said I wanted to get married in Jersey. Yes, I'm from New York, born and raised, but Jersey is home for me for many reasons. And I was like, I definitely want a fall wedding because if you have natural hair, the humidity does not bless you in that way. So go where it gets cooler. We're also looking into Houston as well. So we're kind of back and forth right now, depending on like the cost of things, how it will look, and also availability. We have to be realistic. There was a pandemic, so everybody that's supposed to get married during a certain time, they push back, and sometimes the time that you want isn't available. We are looking at like number wise. So I was telling him I think it's important to open up virtually. Don't want to travel because like you have to meet your your company where they're at and understand like they may not be comfortable around a lot of people, so maybe you should have like a virtual link that's access to them. But that's like kind of about it. Like
we actually went to go see yesterday. We saw some venues yesterday, and it's a whole process. It's
I know, and my whole process went to hell, and then me and Drew went to Vegas. But again, it's not all about the wedding. It's all about the wedding pictures. You saw my wedding pictures? Or I'm just playing.
Now, before the live start, we like, yo, it was fire. We got to do something like this. This was fire.
Yeah, so it's no. But it's not about the wedding. It's about the marriage.
Yes. Yeah. Men understand that it's a long process. It's gonna be a little treacherous for a little bit, and then you get back and forth with things. But it's a compromise. That's the biggest thing, and you got to learn to compromise. Especially it's not forced. Weddings aren't meant for men. It's a day for your wife.
No, I gave you something to do. I gave him something to do. I was like, I think you should pick out like how design our wedding invitation should look, and maybe like what we should wear for our engagement photos. I gave you something.
She gave me jobs.
Yeah, I gave you jobs.
Yes, this whole thing is a job.
Yeah, it's because, not to be funny, but I don't like to rely on anyone, and I think that's my problem. Because if I can plan it out, navigate it, if I don't do it, then I know I didn't do it. But if you didn't do it, then it says like, you didn't do it. So you can only disappoint yourself when you're in control of it. But just trying to like understand that it's not a male show, it's a us show.
Yes.
So I was like, you can take care of these items, and then we can work our way up.
Yeah, any black vendors in the comments, please hit us up. Right? we trying to use all black owned vendors for everything. So just let us know.
Yeah, well, you got to decide if it's going to be Houston or if it's going to be Jersey. Once you decide that, then it's easy breezy after that. All right, beautiful people, I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you so much for joining, for being willing to share your love story, how the two of you met, how you fell in love, and how I had just a little bit of sugar and spice on it to help everything keep rolling. But again, thank you so much for sharing. And I want to wish you a wonderful evening. And, maybe if I get an invitation, if I don't get it, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad.
Oh, you go.
I'm not going to be mad.
For sure. You go.
We'll see you there at the wedding.
I'm not trying to hear from your husband. You go.
All right. All right, folks. So adios to y'all, and adios to everybody who's in the audience. Thank you so much. This live will be saved, and have a good night.
You too. Have a good night.